Some of my subscribers asked to make videos on English, and now onwards I will try to make videos in English as well as in English also, where I will use in Hindi as well as English, and purely English. So without wasting any time, let's start our study of confident learning and see what is we have in our Pandora box. So this lecture will be dedicated to 2015 MCQ question starting from 11 to 20, and I already told what I've already uploaded. We'll try to upload in English also. This is for first question, where we have this plate tectonic setting, and all this 1, 2, 3, and 4 is donated as mid-oceanic ridges, island or continental or and continent or rift zone. As you are aware about the this system, the tectonic system, or you can say subduction zone, you can easily identify this is related to your this island arc, and this is your mid-oceanic ridges where the two plates are moving apart at the divergent plate boundary. And here we have the plates is subducting at the subduction zones, or you can say the convergence zones. And this place is known as continental margin arc, and this last one is known as the rift arc. So on the basis of this, we can easily conclude that the option is G, and we can easily mark it. As I told you, if you are looking any picture, just go into detail about what the picture is telling to you. As I told every time to my students, that if you are reading something, you have to read it in a clear and careful mind, so you will need not to visit that question again and again. Moving to the next question, this question is related to your structural geology, where we have a V-shaped rule, or we can say the V rule, where we have valleys and the bedding is dipping either in the same direction or in the opposite direction and cutting across, and they are making some arrangement, whether they the down or this upside. The downside or upside. On the basis of this, we can conclude that whether the dip is greater than the dip of the valley or less than the dip of the valley. There is a simple clear statement given in the Marcia and Mitra. If you read that book, starting maybe the page 28 to 29, you will clearly get the answer. Directly you can get the answer that the dip of the bed is more than the slope of the valley if it is V shape pointing downstream. So there's nothing more. You can easily point it out what exactly is the answer. Moving to the next question, before that, let me add you something here. When we are looking for the topographic map, we have this contour map as well as river beds or river flowing directions. So this green one is the river flow direction, and this one, and the brown one is known as the contour lines. And here we have kink also, you can say the V shape point also, and as same as we have V shape for the river also. So don't confuse yourself when you are looking to topography map. The brown one is related to your contour, whereas the blue one is related to your river stream. Moving to the next question, it is related to silica rich viscous magma often produced. As I told you again, and if you have watched my this Hindi lectures, this is a twofold question where they are indicating that it is silica rich viscous magma. If the silica is rich, the magma will be viscous. This is clear statement. You have to remember that. Sometimes they will ask you if the silica is rich, the magma will be viscous or not. This is also the simple definition question. You can say the again the stratovolcano. As you split this word strato and volcano, so it will form from the strata. So this means stratovolcano formed by the strata, layering by layering build up of this one, and it form a lava or tephra. Shield volcano, what is this shield volcano? It is least viscous magma. It formed from the least viscous magma, whereas the dome formed by the viscous lava. So my answer is dome. And you know about the fissure. If you check what is the fissure, it is a linear feature. It is vent, you can say the volcanic vent where the lava is coming out. So my answer is dome. Moving to the next question, this is very simple question from the structure part, and you know this is your normal fault. And let me write it full. This is normal fault. This is my reverse fault. And in that reverse fault, we have thrust faults also when the angle is less than 45 degree. And here we have a problem with this one. This is a strike or slip fault. We know this is a strike slip fault, but we don't know whether it is sinister or dexter. The sinister and dexter word came from the Latin word. The if as you know, the clock is moving like this one, we used to call it clockwise direction, and in terms of Latin it is known as dextral direction. If the clock is moving opposite direction, it is known as celestial direction. So if you are looking the fault, if the block is moving like this one, means this is opposite to the clock direction, so this is known as your sinistral. If it is moving in the clockwise direction, it is known as your dextral sense of movement. And here you can see I just wrote down a mnemonic to remember you. If it is clockwise direction, it is dextral, so you can correlate it with CD. If it is anti-clockwise, opposite is sinistral. So what will be my answer? This is normal, sinistral and reverse, so B will be my answer. Moving to the next question, it is related to your mining geology, the definition based question, where we have crosscut, raise, drive, and shape. What all this means? If you read the book, any good book for mining geology, you will get the definition of all. Let me read for you. Crosscut is a horizontal underground passage way that is right angle to the strike of the body. This is right angle to the strike of the body, but we are looking for the along the strike. So this is also the right angle. No, no, not right angle. Right angle is 90 degree. Now, raise is a vertical from one point to another point. You can say, is it just a staircase or something like this one? A mine excavation made perpendicular to the. If we are, it is something like your lift. We have the lift inside the building. The shaft is also a lift inside the mining. This mining, you can say mining part. The mine excavations made along the strike of the body. If you are talking about the along the strike of the body, it is known as drive. So my answer will be drive. The totally definition based question, nothing else, nothing more. Just go there and attempt the question after reading all these definitions, everything. I used to tell my student on Telegram and on the classes. I have started three classes, not online classes. This is something like this one. I have make a group of on the classes, so you can join. And time to time, I used to share materials related to particular topic and MCQs, and just discussing with them what is the progress. If you do want to join the this classes, do let me know. Drop a mail to me, so I will let you know what we can do to join the classes. Moving to the next question, it is also related to your economic geology, and again it is simple definition based question. What is meant by saddle reef? Saddle reef means how the saddle reef will form. It is formed by the hydrothermal process. It is very simple to answer. Hydrothermal process. Saddle reef is formed from the hydrothermal process. Let me read the these explanations here. A mineral deposit associated with the crest of an anticline fold and following the bedding planes. It is anticline fold and following the bedding plane, usually found in a vertical succession, especially the gold-bearing quartz vein of Australia of hydrothermal origin. They are all are the hydrothermal origin. Moving to the next question, this is one of my favorite topic, engineering geology, where we have to do the tunneling part here. There is no explanation because I can clearly tell you which location is easily as per my experience working in the field from last 10 years. So this is my point second, this is my location 2, this is my location 1, this is third, and this is fourth. Whenever we have any fold and fault, this we need to avoid, especially for the fault. You have to avoid your construction on the fault location. So third and fourth is not an option. So I have to exclude this one. The first one and second one. What is the difference? Now here we don't have any geological feature like fold and fault or something like this one. This is a simple bed is there. This I need to excavate like this one. For the same I will have to excavate like that. But the problem with one is that I am following the fold links. So it can create a stress, either the syncline or the anticline. It will create some problem during the excavation of the tunnel. So I have to avoid anti I have to avoid fold portion also. If I have a simple portion, simple bedding plane, then I can go with this one. And I will tell you another lecture, if I have anticline and syncline, which one should I choose for my excavation. So for right now, for this question, the second option, a second location is best to excavate. Moving to the next question. Next question again is related to your economic geology, where we have metal and their corresponding ores. As you are all aware that in my previous lecture I told about the mineral scheelite is very important mineral, and every time I have seen that too many question asked related to that mineral. So let's see one by one what is scheelite, pyrolusite, calcite is related to tin, tungsten, copper and manganese. As you all aware that scheelite is a ore of tungsten. So the scheelite is the ore of tungsten. So my second option is related to P. So what we have P here? A and B, and you know this pyrrolysite is related to your manganese, so I have 4 as a Q. So where is Q and this? So my answer is option is A is correct. If I don't know about the copper and manganese, I can go with this one. But still, let us see what is copper is there. Copper is related to which one? And this is the ore of bornite. The copper is the ore of bornite, and the last one is your tungsten or tin is related to cassiterite. I will suggest you to go to NCRT books where you will have the minerals, important minerals in India. At least start with this one or forget about that one. Point out which mineral you think is important to remember. For that, you can go through the jam questions and identify which mineral they have asked in their previous 5 or 10 years. So at least remember that one related to their physical properties, chemical properties, and economical importance. Moving to the next question, this is again a simple mineralogical question where we have sillimanite, orthoclase, pyroxene and garnet. Which option is correct? Let's see. Sillimanite is not isotropic, it is orthorhombic crystal, whereas orthoclase has a low relief, not the high relief, because we have perfect cleavage 001 and 010, and cleavage is almost intersecting 90 degrees. That's why they have the low relief. Now, no, it can be difficult to see cleavage in thin section due to orthoclase low relief. Orthoclase low relief is there, that's why it's very difficult to identify the cleavage in the thin section. Whereas pyroxene is nearly orthogonal. Orthogonal means 90-degree here. So we have 87 and 93, it's almost 90-degree. So this is my option. Pyroxene is nearly orthogonal cleavage. Whereas garnet laminar twinning, no, garnet don't show the laminar twinning. Garnet show the isometric crystal system. So my option is A. Sorry, this is wrongly I wrote it here. Sorry, this is something here wrong. This answer C. This my answer is C. Pyroxene nearly orthogonal cleavage. Moving to the next question. This is the last question for today, and I will try to upload as much videos as possible for you people, so you will gain confidence as well as the knowledge. So the mineral coesite is expected to be stable in which of the following metamorphic phases? Every time I used to tell to my subscriber and the students, forget about student, uh, they have to study something, something they have to study, they have to mug up, they have to do whatever they want to remember the thing. Something like the TRL page 108, where we have the correlations of the hyperbasal, volcanic, and this you can say plutonic and metamorphic phases, where we have one figure, and in that you have all the phases are there, and which type of mineral you will identify when we have different types of rock. So do remember, mug it, whatever you want to do it. If you have any mnemonic for this one, share with me. I will try to show that to my channel also. So the mineral coesite is expected to be stable in which of the following metamorphic phases? It is very simple, it will come in eclogite phases. So it's a very simple answer, eclogite. Coesite is related to eclogite, so my option is C. And with this I am winding up the part MCQ Q11 to Q20. I will try to upload as much as possible, and what I've already uploaded I will try to make that into English also, but it will take time. What you have right now in your hand, try to utilize that one, and do your best so you can get maximum mark in JAM also. And I will request you to study as much as you can. The exam is very near. We have exam in February. I don't want to waste your time, and I please study. If you find any difficulty, do let me know. Mail me, WhatsApp me, Telegram me, Instagram me, whatever mode you want me to contact. Please contact. My sole aim is to provide you the knowledge so you will gain as much as you can. So with this, I'm taking my time is off, and next time I will see you with another video. If you don't have subscribed the channel, please do subscribe the channel, share the videos, and please press the bell icon, because time to time I am online, so you will get to know when I am online. And also I'm updating my online status, like at what time I will be online on YouTube, on Telegram, as well as Instagram pages. So do follow me there also, so we'll get the latest update. So thank you, bye bye, have a good day.